Welcome to Noah's Code. My name is Justin Heinrichs, and I am excited to begin this journey with you all. I'm a university student, and I spent my high school years reading and analyzing the Bible. Instead of joining and spending time in clubs like many of my peers, I wanted to know what I believed before I entered college. Growing up in a Christian household, I first endeavored to read the most widely read book in the world, the Bible. And so I started with Genesis and told myself that I wouldn't go more if I saw any inconsistencies or errors. And Genesis alone took me a whole year just reading other books and commentaries. And I went slowly but surely, got to the book of Malachi, 77% of the Bible at the end of my senior year, and was satisfied with what I had read. And I then ventured on to the New Testament and was immediately astounded by how different the two works were. Like the Old Testament, its prose, its language, its distillation of themes and messages seemed totally different from the New Testament and what it conveyed and showcased. Nonetheless, I tried to apply the same rigor and the same understanding to try to see if the New Testament fit. And I eventually came to the realization that the text had many inconsistencies and many different theological confoundings with the Old Testament that I wasn't sure could be tied together. And through reading other people's works, I decided that the Old Testament seemed to ring truer than the New Testament. And I hope to expound these ideas through future videos. But at the end of Revelation, I felt lost. Like here you have in the Old Testament the Jewish people and the law of the Jewish people and what the Jewish nation went through and are obliged to do, and all of these things centered on the Jews. I ended up questioning, well, what about me, a Gentile? Like, I have no place in this. But yet, through listening and watching the rabbis, I have come to know that God has a plan for everybody. This plan was distilled in the first 9 chapters of the book of Genesis. In fact, only one verse basically outlines everything that God wants Gentiles to do and to follow. Yes, the Torah was given to Moses in front of the entire Jewish people, but what was the Torah before? Why did God wipe everybody out with a flood? Why did God destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? There must have been laws for humans before the Torah. These laws are called the Noahide Code. I have continuously pursued and studied to figure out how we as Gentiles should live our lives, and as Gentiles, the rest of the world should live our lives, how we should construct our governments, how we should conduct our societies, and I hope to share with the masses because I do not see much media about this. And I want to preface that I'm not an expert whatsoever. The rabbis are the experts. If you want to learn more, I will link books and videos and websites down below. I wish to help you, along with me, become a more righteous person and live the life that God designed for us and hoped for us to live. So thank you and enjoy the ride as we seek truth through the Noahide Code.